Bad Guys is intense fun. Yeah, something like that. Let's rock. Hey, what's up? It's Tech, and this is GVN, where we review movie series, comics, animations, and video games. It's animation day today. It's The Bad Guys. The Bad Guys stars a couple of bad guys. Well, see, it's a cartoon, an animated movie, and it's got the quintessential bad guys because these are animals that, even in real life, will scare people, right? So when it comes to making them bad guys in an animation, it's easy. And where are these characters? We've got the wolf, we've got the piranha, we've got shark, we've got the snake, and of course we've got the tarantula. And all these animals in real life are scary. So yeah, by default in the animal world, they are scary, and it's a decent premise for a backstory because since they are scary in the animal world, by default, even a good animal that is a wolf or a tarantula is just assumed to be bad. So the opportunities that are given to the animal they are limited in the first place, and they end up resulting into a world of crime. And it's funny because while I know it's an animation and it's not meant to be that deep, when I thought about it a little bit deeply, I was like, the same thing applies to real life in a way. While I understand that crime isn't justified, the bad guys are doing bad things, right? You'll notice that when you hear the story of some criminals that have been caught, you just realize that it's just because the life never gave them a better option. Yeah, that's why some of them ended up in crime. And you realize that some of these bad guys, some of these criminals that are very smart, after they get caught, they are recruited by law enforcement authorities to help them catch the real bad guys, those that maybe had choices and then did not choose to reform themselves. So that was something that I thought about after watching the animation. That it's true because it happens like that in real life too. So for these characters, they it's funny because when the intro scene started, the intro scene starts with Wolf and Snake at a cafe, and they're having a conversation, right? And it's a sort of two cam situation where the camera just keeps switching between the two of them, and they'll get like a medium shot, and they'll get close-ups of the two of them, right? But then it's now revealed when they are done that they were actually at this cafe, and everybody there was scared of them, and that's just how it was. Like by default, wherever they went, there was terror, whether they even planned to or not. So they honed their craft and they got better at it. And it's being the wolf that he is also is quite sly, even though he's not a fox, but he's sly in his own way, and he sort of dares the authorities. And that's the funny part too. It's a perfect blend. It's like this is a world where there are human beings living with animals that speak and do normal stuff. And I was also thinking about it. I remember way back in uni, I had this lecturer, an old man, that said he wish God put animals on top of us humans in the pecking order, because if animals were on top of us, he said, I remember this guy said, if a lion was in charge of humans, there would be nothing like embezzlement, because if someone stole money, all you have to do is just stand in front of a lion, the lion will bite your head off. And that was very funny, because this is a world where it was not now about races, whether a person is African or African American or white or Hispanic or whatever. No, this was, we have all these races and we also have animals, and everybody was living together. So you have a cafe or a bank where there is a cashier who is like a dog, and there's another cashier who is the dog's colleague that is a human being. And it was, these are kind of things that you would only see look natural and still comical in an animation world. And speaking of an animation world, the same thing applies to everything. Like, it's made for kids, clearly. So even though it has some element of violence in it, it's clearly made for kids, because for every time that a character is hit or something happens, they feel very elastic. So it's not like, so it's not like maybe there's blood. No, there's no blood. Maybe, I think the only thing is maybe like spit. So when you hit a person, then spit comes out, but there's no blood. So nothing gory, nothing that would freak kids out kind of situation. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm an adult, but snakes still sort of give me the feeling. So even seeing the snake, knowing that it's elastic and it's an animation, I'll still I think it's a kind of vibe because it's a snake, But minus that, outside all of that, it's a lot of fun. It's crazy because the different characters also have their strengths, right? And of course, the tarantula is the hacker. And just a normal hacker that has your 2 limbs, and then there's a tarantula that has 8. So it's fun that they created scenarios that cater to all their different experiences and strengths. And one that's crazy and just ridiculous and makes absolutely no sense to the rational mind, and this is an only in animation comics moment, is the shark. Mr. Shark is a master of disguise. And it's crazy because Shark will disguise himself as a woman in labor, and people will actually believe that this is a woman in labor. Shark would disguise himself as a statue, a president, a whatever, and then people will believe, and I'm like, yeah, this is ridiculous. But then it's fun, and of course the story itself, it has the interesting, funny twist of who the bad guy is at the end of the day. This movie is like what, almost 2 months old? No, a month and some days old. So me talking about spoilers at this point is like, well, there are bound to be some spoilers. So the twist of the bad guy who was actually pretending to be the good guy all along, and how everything just played out, just looked like so much fun, really. This movie was it was for me the kind of movie that maybe I was about to eat something and I just went to watch, and I just turned on my system, my TV, and play and have some fun. And that's what this movie is really. It's not necessarily something I would have left my house to go to the cinema to watch. No. But then, because it does not feel that deep to me, but it feels like good fun. So it feels like some straight to digital kind of thing that you can just turn on your electronic device and watch. And that was what it felt like to me. It was a lot of fun. I liked it. The story did not feel too complicated. It did not try to be deep. It remembered what it was. A fun movie. It's a fun comedic animation, and that's what they did. And I think both the creators and us, the viewers, at least I can speak for myself in this case, had a lot of fun with this project. So yeah, it was fun. I liked it. A rating of 7/10 is what it gets, and I recommend it. If you like what you watched, feel free to check out this video or this video next to see some of our other previews on the channel. We have also started uploading gaming videos, so if you haven't checked that out, do check it out. There are links in the description, and also I am definitely going to just tell you the playlist is GVN Gaming, so check out the channel, check out the playlist, see some of our other dope gameplay videos. But then, with nothing else, do enjoy the rest of your day, live long and prosper.